Well, according to this new information, it looks like the Jon Snow show might be a lot further along in the developmental phase than we initially thought. In a new article released only yesterday, it states Game of Thrones fans spot a major clue hinting that the Jon Snow series is well underway. Like I said, HBO has yet to confirm any of this, but fans are already thinking we're looking in the right direction. Now that the new House Targaryen series, House of the Dragon, has officially debuted with rave reviews, Game of Thrones fans can't wait to see what's next for the franchise. And it seems that the long-rumored Jon Snow sequel series might actually be happening. The hint was originally uploaded on Reddit, where one of the users wrote, Daniel West, who was one of the writers on the movie Gunpowder starring Kit Harington, has this on his profile. So, as we expected, he's most likely working with Mr. Harington on the Jon Snow sequel. And we now have confirmation that this will be a limited series. It has this listed on his agent's website. As you can see, it says Daniel West has a limited series in development at HBO. And for the record, Gunpowder was also a miniseries that was made with HBO, so we know Daniel has worked with them before alongside Kit Harington. Now, some of you may be wondering, who the hell is Daniel West, other than someone who wrote on a movie that starred Kit Harington? Well, Mr. West is also his real-life best friend. He's the giant glass of water right here. They actually shared a house for over a decade. This was discussed when the rumor first came out that West would most likely be on the writing staff for the Snow show, as he has been Kit's writing partner and a co-owner of their company, Thryker Films. It was further given legitimacy when Martin mentioned Harington's team, and a sighting from a fan last year when Dan and Kit were on their way to a meeting in New York City. So not only are they best friends who lived together for over a decade, but they've also already worked on a HBO miniseries, and they have their own company with one another. Well, now this makes a lot of sense. I can certainly understand why he will be writing on the Jon Snow sequel series. On George R. R. Martin's NotABlog website, he did mention how Harington had his own writers and directors for the new show him and HBO are developing. If you haven't seen it, or don't remember, George R. R. Martin said, yes, there is a Jon Snow show in development, and as of right now, the working name for the show is Snow. There are 4 live-action successor shows in development at HBO. Word got out about 3 of them a while ago. Those shows are 10,000 Ships, a show about Nymeria, helmed by Amanda Siegel. One of the other ones is Sea Snake, aka The 9 Voyages, with Bruno Heller. And then there is the Dunk and Egg show, The Hedge Knight, or A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, who's written by Steve Conrad. I think some of these were officially announced, in other cases the news did leak out. This stuff always seems to leak. There's so many involved, like writers, agents, and everyone has assistants, and there's always a guy who runs the Xerox machine. So it's hard to make sure these things stay a secret. The Snow show has been in development almost as long as the other 3, but for whatever reason, it was never announced and it never leaked until now. But yes, it is true. This was not an official announcement from HBO, so it seems there was another leak. I did a long interview with James Hibbard last week for the big House of the Dragon story that The Hollywood Reporter is releasing. At the end of that interview, he did ask me a few questions about the successor shows. He said, is it likely that one of the shows is a sequel rather than a prequel? He asked, and I answered no comment. Then he asked, is it likely that a member of the original show is involved? And again, I answered no comment. And that was all. But he must have found someone more forthcoming than me. Who? I don't know. And I suspect I never will. A good journalist never reveals his sources. With the amount of successor shows they already have in development, I'm sure at least one more of them will be given the green light.